Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
The family reported to police early Friday morning, early in the day, around 10 a.m., that the two kids they believed had left the home through a sliding door, which they say is quite silent when it opens and closes. So that's how they believe the children may have left the home. That's what the police have been told. At this point, there has been, again, this ongoing search and rescue operations. Police said they've searched thoroughly 4 kilometers of wooded terrain using GPS and grid searches. But of course, again, with all of these questions that are left on day 6 of this search, questions are starting to circulate around what could have happened to these kids. Could they have met with foul play, unfortunately? Here's what we heard from police when they were asked that question just last hour.
I'm not going to comment on specifics of the investigation. We're going to continue on, and when we get to a point that we've got information that we're able to make any decisions that are able to be public, we'll let you know at that time. But right now, I'm not going to comment on specifics.
Those are the statements related to Lily and Jack Sullivan, the siblings that are missing out of Nova Scotia, Canada. We haven't heard any more details, but there has been suspicious activity, some inconsistencies in their statement, the infighting between the mom and the stepfather, the mother leaving the area and not returning, and of course, the oddity of where the kids could have gone in the middle of nowhere. And these children disappeared on May 2nd, 2025 and have not been seen or heard from since. Now, Lillian Sullivan is 6 years old. She has shoulder-length, light brown hair with bangs, possibly wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots. We also learned she has a white backpack with strawberries on it as well. Jack Sullivan, he's 4 years old, blonde hair, and was last seen wearing blue dinosaur boots. And again, they disappeared around May 2nd. According to these dispatch communications between officers and headquarters, was pretty enlightening. They said on multiple occasions that the parents had last seen these two children in their bedroom at 8 a.m. in the morning. And so many people are scratching their heads wondering why it took until almost 10 o'clock before law enforcement was called. We're also learning right now that there are some allegations that there was a house party shortly before, a day or two before these children disappeared. And most notably in this whole grand scheme of things is the backyard. So this is the backyard, as you guys can see. And up here, you guys see the sliding glass doors. Now, why is this important? It's because these parents are saying, one, that they were sleeping and had not seen or heard their children until they realized they were missing. And they had to have come out this sliding glass door. And this sliding glass door doesn't make a sound. Now, based upon everything I'm kind of seeing here, I don't believe this sliding glass door is as nice and light and sound free as they would like to make it out to be. But this would have been the area that they believe that the two kids would have left the house through this noiseless door and came out here to this area. Now, one thing that you notice is this fencing. You have all of this fencing here. They're trying to imply that a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old climbed over all of this to get out of this area. And they did this in a matter of 20 minutes. God bless each and every one of you. We will see you soon. Maybe I should do this one. You are officially coming into the Twilight Zone. This is the Bullhorn Betty channel. Good morning, my beautiful people of YouTube. This is the Bullhorn Betty channel. If you haven't noticed, hey everyone, it's nice to see you. This beautiful hump day speakers today. We've got goals in mind, goals in mind. There's a lot of people that are upset with social media this morning, but before we get started and go over what the uproar in social media is, I want to say good morning to everyone. And E.R. Blues was the first to say good morning to Bullhorn Betty in chat. So good morning, E.R. Blues, followed by Panda Bear's mom, Tracy. Good morning. Bullhorn Betty is present. Detective Whiskers is a little under the weather today. So we hope that you're feeling better. And she says her brain's working, so that's always good. Little Orange Man, Frank Houston, it's nice to see you. Mally Cat up in the house. West Virginia Holler Girl, it's nice to see you. Love Bug, I hope you're doing well. VA, look who it is, Dwight. It's been a little minute. It's been a little minute since I saw your name up in the chat. It's nice to see you, Dwight. I hope you're having a fabulous day this morning. Jacqueline, it's nice to see you. Niner Nana, good morning. Nicey Marie, good morning. Kim, it's nice to see you. Princess Jasmina. Our beautiful mod, Sonia, is up in the house this beautiful morning, telling everybody good morning. Unicorn, Indiana, it's nice to see you. Whispering Winds up in the chat this morning. It's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. We have Donna Taylor. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy it. Sharon, good morning. Princess Jasmina says, I sit here panicking because I have to take 2 puppies by myself to the veterinarian for their shots. I cannot stand to see any of my babies hurt. Aww. 2 legs or 4 legs. Aw. Well, we wish them the best. I know that's one of the reasons why I haven't spaded Delilah yet. I've been bouncing back and forth to it, with it and whatnot. But, it's one of those things. We don't want to see them hurt, but what's in the best interest of their health? Anyways, Mama Dukes, it's nice to see you. Good morning, love. Connie's up in the house. Dee's Mystery Obsessed. It's nice to see you. Our beautiful mod, The Real Me Too, is up in the house. It's nice to see you as well. Good morning. True Crime Junkie, Snow Feathers, good morning. It's nice to see you. Belinda, it's nice to have you as well. I think I've said hi to everybody up in the chat this morning. I haven't been here a couple days. Wanted to tell my coffee beans I'm going to be a Gigi. Aw, that was my Mother's Day gift. Aw, so sweet. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. I love hearing that. Crime Critter, it's nice to see you. Good morning this beautiful Wednesday morning. So what is social media all upset about and bent out of shape? And they're bent out of shape because we haven't been covering the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case since Lily and Jack Sullivan has come about. And if you guys are here and never have seen me before, I'm Bullhorn Betty. We cover true crime. And prior to the Lily and Jack case, we were covering the case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was 15 years old when he disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 26, 2024. He was never seen on video camera. He was never seen on by third party since February 25th when they were at a restaurant called the Texas Roadhouse. And he has not been picked up by any type of scent dog leaving the home. And of course, by March 14th of 2024, we realized that there was some activity on the side of the house leading to a vehicle. Many believe that this is the time when Sebastian was removed from the home. In what condition, we don't know. There has been many people that have enhanced this images of these flashlights going to a car. In several of the images, you can clearly see that there is something very large being carried to the car. That is not a good sign for somebody like me, because if he was um, going to a home, it seems like he would be willingly and be able to at least walk himself. So seeing something large in somebody's hands being carried out to a vehicle on the same evening that a 15-year-old boy disappears, it's a little suspicious to say the least. Then you couple that with the mom and dad's lack of emotion, lack of urgency, lack of really any details that could lead to Sebastian's whereabouts, even though he disappeared from their home. Moreover, both of the mom and the stepfather are military trained individuals. There was no forced entry into the house. All doors and windows were locked. The house was secure. I think one of the reasons why I don't think people are leaving the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. I know I'm certainly not leaving the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. I think the reason why people are focusing on Lily and Jack is because it's a new case. And if we can help them, as opposed to us being on Sebastian's case for 14 months and not really getting anywhere, the people responsible, at least who we believe is responsible, is still out there walking free. So I think that it's not that we're leaving the Sebastian Rogers case. I think it's just a little break to try to help another family, as well as just getting some breathing room, because the case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers has literally been so intense for over a year. I think having a little change of scenery and conversation is really what people need. Again, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, we're constantly comparing the case of Lily and Jack back to Sebastian Rogers. And that in and of itself is keeping Sebastian's name alive. But in all fairness, we still need to make sure that Sebastian's name doesn't fall on the algorithm. So we're going to go over a few things related to the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case, have a little bit of talking points. Many of the people that are here on my channel have seen this case for a really long time. They're very fluid and they understand all the details of the case. But for those that don't know the details of the case, we have a situation where a boy has been missing for well over a year. That 15-year-old boy is now 16 years old. He's never seen anybody, not on social media. There's no tracking of him. The mom and stepfather are always seem to be acting sus. The biological father, Seth Rogers, has been the fighting force behind where we are today with the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And he misses his son an awful lot and just wants to know what happened to his son. And each passing day gets harder and harder for him to deal with his son being gone. Now, we watch a lot of other cases, such as Lily and Jack, and we realize when a case is scaled back, it typically means that law enforcement doesn't believe that the individual is still alive. And we know that the case in Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, it was the similar scenario where the search was scaled back relatively early on in the case, and went to an investigative side of the case, but they weren't so forthcoming to let us know that it was a criminal investigation, because the mom and the stepdad and everybody were being beat up so much by social media or other people online that truly believe they're responsible. Now, I absolutely believe that they're responsible for this. I truly believe that Sebastian has lost his life. And this is one thing I've never told my audience before, but in light of the case against me being dropped, I might as well share my opinion with you guys. And this is going to be pretty hard to digest when it comes to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, but it has a lot to do with the fact that they were traveling and that, Chris was saying early on that they'll never find Sebastian. And I've vocalized this to some of the people that are the closest to me, but because of their travels, because he was so confident that they would never find Sebastian. You guys know I've always bounced around whether he's was in the river, in the water, or in a shallow grave somewhere. But in reality, because Chris was gone for almost 17 to 24 hours, I believe that Sebastian was dismembered. And I've never vocalized that on my channel, but those close to me know that this has been my number one theory as to what happened to Sebastian since the beginning. And I know, as hard as it may be to hear something like that, as shocking as it may be to hear something like that, I just felt there was awful lot of confidence from Chris early on in the case. And so it was never just about the water or the land. It was also about being scattered as well, because they were on the road so much. And that would be very confident of the parents to know that he will never be found because he's not all together. And again, it's just a theory of mine. It doesn't mean that that is what happened. It's a brutal reality of what could have happened. But it's the confidence that's exuded from Christopher Proudfoot about him never being found that really has me the most concerned. It doesn't, then when you hear stuff like that coming out of the stepfather's mouth, it doesn't give you the warm, fuzzy feeling that he's alive. It has a very grim and dark reality behind those words. And we have to try to decipher what those words mean. And to me, it doesn't mean he's alive. To me, when he makes those statements, it seems like he is absolutely certain they're never going to find him again. And there has to be a reason for him making such a firm and bold factual statement. So I've, might as well get that off my chest. It's been weighed on my chest for well over a year. Like I said, the people that are closest to me, know that this is not shocking to them that I'm making this statement, because I've been making it for over a year behind the scenes. And I've had to make those statements because I'm trying to find search areas to search. And quite frankly, how corrupt Sumner County is, they're obstructing their own investigation as far as I'm concerned. Yes, ma'am. Well, hi. You want to say hi to everybody? Is that what you want to do? Come on. Come on. I guess she wants to say hi to everybody. Say hi. I'm the crime-fighting dog. I'm Delilah. I'm Mommy's precious baby angel. I'm Mommy's precious baby angel, and I love her so much. Say, I've been hogging the bed. But I've been my mommy's little worker. She's been my little helper. See, I've been helping my mommy. I've been helping my mommy make a mess, and I've been helping my mommy take the toys out of my toy area after she cleans it up, and I've been making sure that I help mommy get rid of all the paper by ripping it up on the floor. And I'm just trying to help mommy just as much as I possibly can. Oh, you little baby Delilah. Oh, yeah. You gonna get comfortable? Is that what you just wanted to be in my lap? It's been a while since we did a show with you in my lap. Huh? Okay. She just wants to be in mommy's lap. She just wants to be in mommy's lap. She looks like a natural born shredder. That is cute, BA. She is. If it's a piece of paper, forget it. She loves. Hold on, let me just get this over you. There we go. She loves paper. I don't know what it is, but you give her paper box, even the toilet paper roll. The roll when you're done with the toilet paper. Good gracious. You would think that that is like $1 million toy, you know? Yeah, I spend like literally hundreds of dollars on little toys for Delilah, along with all of you. I know you guys send toys for her too, and she loves them. But I gotta tell you, some of her favorite toys are free of charge. It's paper, it's boxes, it's tissue. Tissue's her favorite. Kleenex? Oh, good gracious. She loves making sure that there's just itty bitty 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 bits of paper. She wants to make sure the paper is so small. You have to get the vacuum out. You can't just pick it up with your hands. Yeah, you have to get the vacuum. Otherwise, it's no good. It's no good. So Matt Thibodeau says, my main goal is to continue advocating for Sebastian Rogers to continue sharing his name, face, and flyer so that one day he will be found. My ego will never overpower my commitment to that. I'm willing to speak to, listen to, and search with anyone. I'm here for Sebastian. He's such a sweet person. He really, truly is such a sweet, sweet, sweet person. And this is kind of where my conversation came up because Heather, and this wasn't the first time I saw comments like this. So that's why I figured I would address it to everybody, because if anybody knows anything, I am Team Sebastian. You know, Sebastian's army. I stand with Seth. I want his son to come home. I want him to have, many years with his son as possible. But I'm also a realist and know that we're in a very dangerous area and have been in a dangerous area for a very long time when it comes to Sebastian's case. Unfortunately, statistics are statistics for a reason. Is Sebastian an outlier? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Hey, Erna, it's nice to see you. Mama Bear, Tracy, Crime Critter, good morning. I think I said hi to you, Crime Critter, but good morning again. Toilet paper rolls are the best for dog toys. I tell you what, just watching her with it just makes me smile. She's too stinking cute. She really is. She really is. So Heather writes, remember when he lost the most important thing in his life and he begged for all to help find his son, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, whom disappeared from his mother's home? Sebastian's army has not given up, nor will we stop. Maybe some of our focus, nor will we stop. Maybe some are focusing their efforts on the Sullivan. And I think she meant the Sullivan case. And yeah, I agree that there are people refocusing some efforts. I know certainly I'm refocusing some efforts. I've been through hell and back over the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. And to have a case that I can compare this case to that's also another active and ongoing case for me is really interesting, and it's a balancing act, but one that I'm up for the task. We will never forget Sebastian, but the problem is we have a law enforcement body that is either broke or just not up for the task. I don't know which it is. I don't want to call them stupid because I don't think they're stupid. I think they're very deliberate. I think they know exactly what they're doing. So it makes me wonder, why are we still here? Why is there no child abuse charges? We hear all these counties and places all over the country where they have a missing child and they arrest the parents for something like child abuse to put them behind bars so they're not living their life. But when it comes to Tennessee, good gracious, they can walk until the day the body's found. But if no body is found, no crime has been committed according to the state of Tennessee. Now, I'm being facetious, and I know that that's not the way the laws are written. But at the end of the day, they don't bring circumstantial cases. Very, very rarely do they bring a circumstantial case when it comes to a death. Salty Gigi says 445 days since Sebastian Rogers has been last seen at 1008 Stafford Court, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Where is Sebastian? Sebastian didn't run away. There's zero evidence he left the house. He didn't vanish. Kids don't vanish. Katie, where is Sebastian? Did you take him out through the garage? come clean. So that is what Gigi, Salty Gigi had to say. And I've already got Matt's flyers. Is there anything else here? Yes. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see if this is the same one. Yes. And we don't want to forget, Sebastian's dad, Seth, did call for the FBI to take over this case early on in the investigation by I think he started campaigning at the beginning of May, potentially. But the petition, took another week or so after that to start. And he actually got some pretty good traction on the petition. And I think he even submitted the petition, but the FBI never took over the investigation, which kind of sucks. So give me a second so you guys can hear this.
Teenager's father wants an overhaul to the investigation. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller. 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers disappeared from Sumner County back in February. Now his father tells News 2's Nikki McGee how he wants the investigation to change.
This week will mark 3 months since Sebastian Rogers went missing. And as you might imagine, his father Seth has mounting concerns, some of which he shared with News 2 during a bike ride vigil held for Sebastian Sunday.
I don't sense a state of urgency from them. It's not their kid, it's mine.
Although the FBI and TBI have been assisting the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, Seth would now like to see the case turned over to the FBI to take the lead.
I tell people, when you see something, say something. And then they turn around and they tell me they see something and they never get a response. They call the Sheriff's Department. A lady called me. She got my number. She was like, I waited over 4 hours and nobody showed up.
The Sumner County Sheriff's Office tells News 2 they do share in Seth's urgency and are following up on all tips. Another disappointment, Seth's driving all the way out to North Carolina after a possible sighting of Sebastian, only to be told he'd need to go through his local sheriff's office to see the surveillance. The sheriff's office tells News 2 ultimately it wasn't Sebastian.
I just wanted to see his body language, the way the child was walking, to see if it was possibly my son. And, the lady, her and her son, I would like to say thank you because that gave me a little bit of hope.
News 2 asked the sheriff's office and the DA if they would consider turning the case over to the FBI. Investigators say they'll continue to work with other law enforcement agencies, and the DA didn't wish to comment on an ongoing investigation. Despite his concerns, Seth was encouraged by the more than 100 people who came out to support Sebastian Sunday.
It gives me hope that my son's case isn't going to become a cold case. And the only reason it'll become a cold case is if the Sheriff's Department doesn't drop their ego and ask for a new set of eyes.
Nikki McGee, News 2.
Ego seems to be a major problem when it comes to Sumner County. Ego and arrogance, they get into their own way. It, just in my opinion, just from my experience of dealing with law enforcement agencies across the country. And that's all there is to it, and I see this, it's heartbreaking, it's frustrating, but what do? I never thought a law enforcement body would arrest me for my speech before. That was stupid. But what's more problematic is they're not making headway, and they're still not coming to the public to ask for help or even give them an update on the case. That is poor leadership. No matter how you look at this entire case, when it comes down to this case and the behavior of the people in charge of this case, you can clearly see it's poor leadership. There's no doubt in my mind why we are still sitting here this many months later with no direction. So from Odd Murders and Mysteries, there was a post that says Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers went missing on February 25th, 2024 from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Sebastian has not been seen since. Sebastian, 15, disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. His disappearance was followed by a multi-agency search of the immediate and surrounding areas, but there was no evidence uncovered. Sebastian's parents are worried about his well-being and states he has been diagnosed with autism and could need medical attention. Police state they have not found any evidence that would lead them to believe he was a victim of foul play, but they don't know what they don't know. According to the FBI, Sebastian is described as 5'5", 120 pounds, which was later changed to be between 110 to 150 pounds, but he has probably changed considerably over the last year. When he disappeared, he had dark blonde hair, brown/hazel eyes, and was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt and black sweatpants and his black framed glasses. Anyone with information about Sebastian Rogers' whereabouts is asked to call Sumner County Sheriff's Office at 615-451-3838 or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations at 1-800-TBI-FIND. 1-800-TBI-FIND. And lastly, Crime Girl Alley has a post here that kind of describes the timeline, at least for everybody to have a good understanding and why I selected this. And then after this post, we'll move over to Lily and Jack's story. Missing child alert, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian Rogers has been missing for over a year. He vanished from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee on the night of February 25th, 2024. Sebastian is autistic and may be without his medication. He was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. He's 5'5", between 110 to 115 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Timeline of events. February 25th, Sunday, Sebastian and his mother, Katie Proudfoot, went to BJ's Wholesale Club and Strikes and Spares. They had dinner at 6:30. No, it was a little bit before 6:30 because they left at 6:22 and pulled out of the drive at 6:25. Sebastian took out the trash at around 8, which that again is incorrect with everything that we've heard. Would be more in line around 7, and went to bed at 9. On February 26, 2024 at 6 a.m., Katie discovered Sebastian was missing and began searching the neighborhood. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigations issued an endangered child alert at 11:17 later that day. The alert was elevated to an amber alert the next day on February 27th. A search crew played Sebastian's favorite song, Eye of the Tiger, hoping to draw him out. On February 29th, a pond near Sebastian's home was drained, but no evidence was found. On February 4th, authorities scaled back the ground search, transitioning into an investigative approach. March 7th, investigators searched a landfill in Kentucky but found no leads. On December 31st, 2024, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office stated the search remains active and ongoing. A reward from the FBI office is $50,000, leading to the location of Sebastian. And there's also another $500,000 reward being offered by At Night Intelligence Agency with some strings attached. Contact information, if you have any information about Sebastian's whereabouts, Sumner County's phone number 615-451-3838, Tennessee Bureau of Investigations 800-TBI-FIND, or you can submit something by email to tipstotbi@tbi.net.tn.gov. Sebastian is a bright, kind-hearted teen who loves animals, video games, books, and swimming. He is deeply missed by his family and community. And request that anybody share this post. Just share this post. Okay, guys. So there's our avocation for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers this morning. I don't want to get too far away from him there is no new information that we can provide you. There is a couple sightings we've heard about just recently related to Sebastian Rogers, one being as far away as Alaska. And this is important because we know two people shortly after Sebastian's disappearance took off to Alaska. So that's about as much information or new information that we have. The search has still been the same. The goal is still the same. Find Sebastian, bring him home. But again, we have no cooperation from law enforcement, no public relations with law enforcement. Law enforcement really doesn't care about the world. He doesn't even, I mean, this is a calling card for his next campaign, right? He doesn't talk to his community. He doesn't lower the worries of his community. And he fails to give any update on the largest story in his community's history. That is a total failure and a lack of leadership from the Sumner County Sheriff's Department. Now, it's a little bit of a different scenario when you go all the way over to Nova Scotia, Canada, where the Canadian police, the Canadian Mounted Police, have been very communicative with the community at large, as well as mainstream media and social media on exactly what they think has happened in this case. They let us know that they do believe both of these children are no longer with us. And that was the reason why they chose to scale back their search efforts. There's no urgency to find them alive because they're obviously some type of indication that leads that these children are deceased. So first of all, I want to thank Clutch Them Pearls as well as Plunder for getting dispatch calls out to the world. Clutch Them Pearls put it into a 19-minute video so we can hear it. So we're going to be playing that this morning for everybody to hear it and hear what's in these dispatch calls. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen now.
Sorry, it's very rural. I don't think there's any community malls nearby. We're not super familiar with the area. We don't come out here a whole lot, but we'll have a look.
Charlie, one, go ahead.
Just wondering where they're set up with the search command today. Is that the scene on McLaren Road?
Copy that. Center is Eden Church Loop.
Yeah, see, that's where ours is. I'm just wondering where the ground search one is.
Over there for the children?
601. You copy that? 21.
Agreed. 10-4, it would be Garden of Eden Church Loop is where the command center is.
10-4. Yeah, it's just there. There's no one there. All right. McLaren Road.
10-4. Bravo 3, go ahead.
All right, so there is no portable reception down here. However, the cars do work. So Constable Mason's vehicle now, she's got her radio on the loudhailer, so she'll be able to hear us. She has no phone reception, but she does have photo of the two kids. The 6-year-old is the girl, I believe, and she's wearing pink. The 4-year-old is wearing some blue dinosaur boots. So, yeah, I think that's all we kind of have right now.
10-4, since radio service is not bad, do you guys want an extended timer there, a 10-6 timer? I can give you a monitor?
Yeah, definitely. Give us 2 hours, and then ask the risk manager if you want Constable Mason to depart there to go get some phone service to send those images or not. The drone operator is still on scene with the mom, so.
10-4.
With the service, you can get those photos to them.
So you want her to go get service to send the photos?
10-4. Sergeant Young. Go somewhere and get service and get those photos sent off.
Constable Mason, you copy?
Just to confirm, both Kilo dogs on scene there?
To get those photos sent off.
Constable Mason, you copy?
Just to confirm, both Kilo dogs on scene there? Y'all can hear me there. Are you guys on scene?
Kilo 6 is on scene and Kilo 9 till 17.
Thank you.
Okay, are we okay to drop down on the, looks like the east side of the road there? There's a couple. Is it okay to drop down on the, looks like the east side of the road there? There's a gully system there. We just want to get down. I have disable passes there. Or are you doing orbits and crossing the road as well?
Yeah, I can stay to the. I can stay out of your area there. I'm at 270. How low are you looking to go? I can take it down too if you need.
So just for deconfliction, I'll just stay on the east side of the road. If you're going to stay on the west side of the road and work the backyards and over top of the residents. If you're not going to cross the road, we'll just drop down. There's a gully on the east side. We want to just kind of cruise the forest there.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, we'll stay on the east side for now, and we'll keep you advised when we switch back over.
Got it. Or do you want me to check the other issue on mutual aid 6? Just speaking of risk matcher, just confirming if you need the drone that was just freed up here in Colchester. We can send it to your way if you wish. It's thermal.
Yeah, that'd be great. A lot of area to cover. We're out in the sticks here. You're very familiar. The risk manager, are you still monitoring there? Yeah, there's a dirt road just up past the address, certainly the last point known. We can put vehicles on this dirt road. There's lots of big driveways and stuff. They're fine. If there's any other calls for you for updates, that'll be our staging area, whatever road this is.
Okay, 10-4. Looks like the Matheson West Road. I'm guessing that's the one you're referring to.
Yeah, 10-4. I'm on it now. So, yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah, Alpha 3, go ahead.
355, I'm going to request field communications unit to be sent out here to the 4 comms if this gets extended for a long period of time.
Member is here on Garlock Road. We just had a 911 call. Can I go ahead with the details?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're call via 911 from a Karen Ponacao. Time delay about 5 minutes. She was just driving past the black Honda CRV. Nova Scotia Marker Golf Mike Fox 320 that left the outdoor recreational park close to the residence. It is permanently closed. Complaint is unsure if related, but it felt a bit strange to her. Driver was.
That is correct. They did think that there was a suspicious vehicle at the time that could lead to the potential abduction theory. However, that did not produce anything. They located the person and realized the person had nothing to do with it, and the suspicious activity wasn't really suspicious at all.
A white male around 50 years old, bald with a mustache. And it left from 1480 Garlock Road. I can send that down to your MWS if it's easier.
Got a copy of Bravo 3, deactivate and reactivate me to this one.
10-4 just came as an update there. Do you want me to send it to your MWS?
10-4, I think you probably sent it to all of us there.
Sure.
What was that address?
Looks like the address is 1480 Garlock Road.
Yeah, Dan, I'm not sure. You know, there's certainly a possibility this one will roll into tomorrow. I think Josh Weiss is, on call. So, I wouldn't necessarily cancel any big plans that you have. So optimistic. Maybe both the files that we have right now will get wrapped up.
Copy that. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out if I should cancel my plans or not. But yeah, just keep me posted and keep it in mind.
They were very optimistic. You hear about optimism, but nothing at all. And like I said, the one thing that is problematic for me in this whole scenario is the fact that they haven't found anything related to these children. No items, no articles of clothing, nothing at all when it comes to these kids. Now, there is an update from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in Nova Scotia, and this actually might solidify in all reality that there may have been truly a house party. So let's read this. The Pictou County District Royal Canadian Mounted Police, with the assistance of the Northeast Nova Royal Canadian Mounted Police Major Crimes Unit, continue to investigate the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan. We're exploring all avenues in this missing persons investigation, says Staff Sergeant Curtis McKinnon. Pictou County District Royal Canadian Mounted Police. We have officers with multiple disciplines dedicated to finding Lily and Jack, including highly trained mounted police, major crime, and forensic investigators. To date, more than 180 tips have been received from the public and are being followed up on. Officers have so far identified 35 people for formal interviews as part of the investigation, including community members and those closest to the children. On May 8th and 9th, the Mounted Police Underwater Recovery Team scoured bodies of water around Lansdowne Station. URT's 2-day operation didn't uncover any evidence. I think that's important as well, because I believe they're looking at potential leakage from the parents as well. And the reason why I say that is because the stepfather, Daniel Martell, described water being up to his waist in some of the areas he searched ahead of the helicopters, drones, and law enforcement search. And that's according to his own statement. So it implies he was in water, and that's very concerning for me. We continue to work day and night on this file, says Sergeant McKinnon. Like all Nova Scotians, we want answers. We want to know what happened to these children. On May 2nd, at approximately 10 a.m., Pictou County District Royal Canadian Mounted Police received a report that Lily and Jack were missing. They were believed to have wandered away from their home on Gairloch Road. A multi-agency search and missing persons investigation began immediately. The search, which was scaled back to specific areas on May 7th, has covered 5.5 square kilometers of heavily wooded rural terrain in the Gairloch Road area. It has involved up to 160 trained volunteer searchers and many others, and tens of thousands of search hours. Efforts to locate Lily and Jack also include 2 vulnerable missing person alerts. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Lily and Jack is asked to contact Pictou County District Royal Canadian Mounted Police at 902-485-4333. To remain anonymous, contact Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers at a toll-free number of 800-222-TIPS, which is 8477. Or you could submit a tip via the secured web tip form at www.crimestoppers.ns.ca and use the P3 tip app. Our thoughts continue to be with the children's loved ones and the community at this difficult time. So a few things out of this newest update, which again is one of the most important things in law enforcement, is to have a good public relations, which Sumner County, Tennessee does not have a good public relations. Poor leadership, period. Poor leadership. This one has better leadership where they're communicating to the public and they're giving information. There are a few things that are problematic for me. And it's the identifying of the 35 people for formal interviews. We've been talking about a house party. We've been talking about rumors that there was a house party leading up to the day that the children did not go to school for the first day, which was Thursday. Wednesday, they didn't have school. Thursday, they were supposed to be back in school. And Lily and Jack did not show up. By Friday at 10 a.m., they were reported missing. But with 35 people, you look out there at that desolate area, and the way I look at any investigation is who has been in and around this child in the near future leading up to their disappearance. That's how I address any case that we're covering. And usually there's a handful of people that have been in and around that child, so you expect to have, maybe 10 people that need to be interviewed thoroughly about the well-being, the child, the family dynamics, all this other stuff. Here, people need to be formally interviewed. I truly believe that this gives us a little bit of support to a potential house party. It would explain why there's this need for people. Why is this? What is going on here? Am I hitting something? Second, guys, I had to give me just a second. My phone is. Oh, I didn't mean to download that. Oh well. There we go. So it's a lot of people is what I'm trying to say. This is a place out in the middle of nowhere. I do expect a few of those peoples to be maybe some local RSOs, people that are around, people that have horrible backgrounds tend to like to live the low profile lifestyle in a smaller area. So that's why when we were talking about the Dylan Rounds case of 2022, it was a little it was a little odd because it seemed like every horrible person that could possibly be in this world were in this small little place in Utah. And it's because it's desolate, and people that are running from the law, people that don't want law enforcement up their craw, people that have different that have these horrible backgrounds. They don't want it always dangling over their head. So they live in these weird areas, these desolate areas. So I have to imagine that might be the same place as this area, because there's a lot of greenery out here. There's a lot of places to live a low profile, live off the land, so to speak. Yeah, it's me. It's me. Jen is the one that got me this one. And me, I forget that, I just grab coffee cups in the morning. I don't really look at a coffee cup and say, I'm going to use this one. And I went to grab this yesterday while I had court, and I drank, my coffee at court. So that's the only time that I'm like, whoa, maybe this is the wrong coffee cup to drink out of today. So we're drinking out of it today. Of course, I said that yesterday. But, we have this 35 formal interviews that need to be made. I do believe a few of those people are going to be RSOs or other people with bad backgrounds and bad stuff in their backgrounds. But the majority of these people are going to be the mom, the dad, the grandma, the grandpas, the brother, the mom that lives on the property. And then if they had a house party, everybody that showed up to that house party is going to have to be interrogated and find out what truly happened. But I do believe that does solidify some things, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. It does solidify a few things, and it solidifies that there are a lot of people that were in and around these children before they disappeared. If nothing more, that's what it solidifies in our mind. So we also have the RMP reveals more details in the search for the two missing children. And I also find it very bizarre that we don't have more photos of these children. I don't know why we don't have more photos of these children, but we don't have more photos of these children out to the public. We have the same photos being circulated over and over again. And, that always makes me wonder, because parents love to take pictures of their children. When they're not taking pictures of their children, it makes me wonder, why are they not taking pictures of their children? Can I stop this? There we go. So the RCMP has revealed some more details in the search of the missing children in Pictou County, Lily and Jack Sullivan. And I noticed that they started spelling their Lily's name with 2 L's instead of 1 L, which is what we were accustomed to when this story first broke. It was Lily. Now I'm seeing in a lot of reports it's Lylly, or excuse me, Lilly. So it looks like maybe we've been spelling the name of Lily wrong. Give me just a second. Police are still investigating their disappearance, including following up on more than 180 tips they've received from the public. They've also identified 35 people. I think that's a huge clue. 35 people they have identified in this latest post. 35 people. And I have to think that that is what people are focusing on. Where did these 35 people come from in the middle of nowhere, right? That's what I'm thinking. And exactly why I said that there must be some kind of support for this house party. And it sounds like their house party had, several people, most likely over 10 people at the party. Just my opinion. So I've also noticed that there is somebody out there. I don't know if it's a family member, if it's a supporter or what, that's really attacking people. You guys know I could care less about Dolly Vision, or whatever the case may be. He's been so nasty to me. I don't know where it all came from. Just one day he woke up, he didn't like me anymore, and he started trashing me. So I could really care less about Dolly or what his commentary is. But this person is going around and calling literally everybody covering this case out, discussing these influencers sharing fake screenshots in the Jack and Lily case. All these vultures spreading rumors, trying to earn money. It's called avocation. We got another one, Vision Dolly, aka Jimmy Williams, has been arrested previously as he was interfering with a missing child case. No, actually, whoever you are, which is Jack and Lily neighbor, I will tell you that is not true. I was there when he was arrested, and I was the one that yelled him out of jail. So I know the details of that case. But again, there's already people starting to get out there and starting the BS on this case as well. More information about the Canadian police and their update on the case, which we have covered. 35 people have been identified for formal interview. I'm very interested in what those interviews uncover. And of course, we're starting to get some information on Dad. Dad's name is Cody Lee Sullivan. Cody Lee Sullivan. Just to give you guys a little update on Dad, it says, I have received a lot of questions regarding, oh, thank you, Melanie. I was a little late, but didn't get the notification. Love you all. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Melanie. God bless you for that. So it says, I've received a lot of questions regarding the biological father of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Who is he? Where is he? Why haven't we heard from him? And the list goes on. I've been digging into this for the past couple of days and can finally bring you all the information I could find on him. Lily and Jack's biological father is named Cody Lee Sullivan. There has been a lot of speculation surrounding him, with some claiming that the reason he's not speaking out about his children's disappearance is because he's in prison. I can confirm that he is not in prison and is awaiting a court date on October 2025. Cody was born in the year of 1996. As far as I know, has 2 children, Lily and Jack. On Friday, June 21st, 2024, shortly after 8 p.m., a local resident was robbed of a high-priced item. The police received a complaint from an online marketplace seller who stated they had met up with the purchaser at the agreed upon place, and when the purchaser, who we know as Cody Sullivan, produced a knife, he demanded the merchandise and left the area in a pickup truck. The seller was able to get a description of the vehicle and its last known direction of travel, which enabled police officers to catch up with the suspect very quickly. The merchandise was located inside the vehicle and returned to the seller. Thankfully, no one was injured during the incident. The suspect, Cody Lee Sullivan, was arrested and held in custody. The next day, June 22nd, he appeared before a judge and was released on bail. Why hasn't he come out to speak about his missing children and plead to find them? I don't know. I also don't know how involved he was raising them. Something that online sleuths are pointing out is that Lily and Jack just seem to be very close to their stepfather. In one picture, we can see them standing close to him instead of their mother. From someone claiming to be Daniel's friend, it was said that he does more for the children than their own mother. That sounds very similar to the Quentin Simon case, Leilani Simon and Daniel Youngkin. That's what was said by all the people, all the family and friends and the neighbors and the babysitter that would speak to me. Basically told me the same thing about Daniel Youngkin in the Leilani Simon case, where she was accused of beating her 20-month-old son to death. Tables are quickly turning as he's getting more support. He is the only one at this point speaking to the media and trying to work with police by staying at the property and allowing them to search whatever they want. The mother, on the other hand, has been missing in action. She left and has not pleaded for her kids to be returned, even though she believes they've been kidnapped. It speaks volumes. And it does speak volume. Because, again, we're dealing with two children missing. Are we dealing with another Leilani Simon situation where nobody knows where the boyfriend, Daniel, which is ironically the same name as Daniel Youngkin in the Leilani Simon case? Is this a situation where she did this while he was sleeping? Because that's what happened in the Leilani case. She did it all while Daniel was sleeping. Another post. There is yet another huge red flag in the statements made by the mother of the missing children, Jack and Lily Sullivan. Partway through her statement, she said the following. We got up instantly. We looked everywhere, yelled for them, and I instantly called 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. And they say, I called blank, especially on the word instantly, and see a huge red flag in the fact that the word instant crops up twice. Often words that end in ly are usually by deceptive people who are telling porcupines, people who are trying to hide something, people who are trying their very best to stick to a script. I don't believe that they got up instantly, nor do I believe that she instantly called 911. I think she is lying because there's just no need to use the word instantly. You just have to say we got up, not we got up instantly. You say we went outside and looked for them. We were looking everywhere and yelling, and then called 911. Then called 911, not I instantly called 911. You don't need to tell us you instantly did anything. You just need to tell us you did it. So a lot of different statements, even in the limited statements that we have, are being well known by the people. And again, we're coming back to the statements of they have 100. They've followed up on 180 tips so far, and 35 identified people. 35 identified people for formal interviews, which is basically an interrogation. Even as a witness, they're a little bit, more receptive to information when you're a witness as opposed to being a person of interest or a suspect. But at the end of the day, these are formal interviews. That means you come down to the station and you sit in their house while they ask you a whole bunch of questions. So it's hard in a situation like this because I want to lean on the side of caution. There are alternate theories as to what could have happened, especially in light of possibly this house party, okay, and other people being around these children, introduction of third parties. So that could change the outcome. Now, I do agree with you. I'm going to say this for the record because I've got a job to do as well. And our job here is to look at all possibilities and to decide what we believe may have happened. Okay? So we're not just jumping right on the bandwagon of the parents did it. With that being said, the caveat is we've been around the block a time or two in these cases, and we know what we're seeing here. I'm not dissing anybody for side-eyeing these parents. I'm side-eyeing them as well because of the red flags and inconsistencies and weird behaviors. Let's be honest. The mom leaving is beyond a huge red flag for me. Okay. But with that being said, do I believe that the parents know more in this case? I do. I do believe that. But believing that and it being true and factual are two totally different things, and why I work the way I work in. Because you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes things could be different as they seem. Okay. Right now, it looks like this may be a Leilani Simon type of situation where we have to remember, mom had a 16-month-old child, was there postpartum depression. We've heard of moms unaliving their kids during a postpartum depression episode. You know, could this be the father was sleeping, the kids were making noises, she lost her stuff? Could it be that the house party introduced substances, the kids got a hold of the substances, when they went to go check on the kids, they realized they were unalive? You know, there's a lot of things that could be here. Okay. I'm not just ready to jump on a bandwagon just yet. We do have substances. We have at least one of the three prongs. As many of you guys know, I truly believe what makes despicable, great people do terrible things. It's one of three things: alcohol, substances, or abuse. It could be one of those things. It could be two of those things, or it could be all three of those things. Okay. And here we know for a fact there are substances. The one thing we don't have is we don't know of any history of the Department of Children and Family Services being involved. But it doesn't sound like either one of these people had a very good family dynamic. It doesn't seem like the mom, Malehya, hold on. Malehya doesn't sound like them. Dad, burn it. This thing always drives. Muted. It doesn't sound like she has a very good relationship with her family, Malehya. You know, and I know that Daniel Martell's family lives on the property with him. So, you know, they might have a more of a tight-knit family, but it doesn't mean that they live the right type of life. But there is substances that are well documented for this specific case right here of them disappearing. They did find substances in their house. So I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned about this house party. I'm very concerned about them not being in school on Thursday and then being reported missing on Friday. And I'm very concerned with the mom leaving the area and not being back. And moreover, even more concerned when I found out she walked out of an update for her children with law enforcement as well. So this is too many red flags for me not to side-eye the parents. And with that being said, we still have to eliminate the other possibilities. So let's go ahead and get working on eliminating the other possibilities. We'll be working on the walking out as well as the stranger danger, much like we did with the Sebastian Rogers case. So we can start focusing on the possibilities here. If you know anything about this case, know anybody that's in the area, that could be boots on the ground for me, help feed me some information, please reach out to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. bullhornbetty@gmail.com. If you guys find more photos of these children, please send those to me. I have no real good photos of these children, only the standard 3 or 4 photos that have already been out about these children. And I'd like to present this case with updated images of these children. And again, it's a little shocking that we don't have more. These are young children. The parents should have been taking bunches of pictures of them, and only to have four photos circulating on social media is concerning for me. So anyways, all right, guys, if you guys learned something, please share this live. If you're on the replay crew, thank you for being here and watching this show. Please don't forget to hit the like button. If you are in some groups about this particular case, please share this. If you have information about this particular case, please share it with me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Happy hump day. We will be back later this afternoon to cover a bunch of stuff. If you guys haven't hit me up on TikTok, please go over there and hit me up on TikTok. I do a lot of lives over there as well. And that's where some of my creative, my videos that I create related to this case, they're always dropped there first if they're under, 3 minutes. So if you guys want to be the first to know about this case, details of this case, please hit up Bullhorn Betty over on TikTok as well. All right, guys, rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more important, kind to one another. God bless each and every one of you, and we will see you soon. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims.